Lads and lasses, welcome to What About Me, episode 2, H1Z1 King of the Kill. So, right now, we are in a US server, because even though I am Australian and there are Australian servers, the US servers have a much higher player count, and therefore, like you're just looking here, you can tell that it will stress the CPU much more with this amount of players on screen. So, as of right now, let's not look at performance metrics on the top left, just because this is the box of destiny. It's not too accurate here. But I should be providing an average FPS in the description, but for your convenience, top right, there should be an FPS counter that should be visible. So let's just get ready for this. I've tried to make this video quite a few times, but because every time I land, I just die because I'm trying to think about talking about performance and stuff. Either way, what I'm going to do now is literally just go out into the green, just run, because, well, that's a bad idea, isn't it, too? Because then you don't get performance of the cities. Oh, I've got no idea what I'm going to do. But either way, I really want to get this video out and just show people what kind of performance that my system offers. The specs will be listed below. I don't like the feel of this. Doesn't seem like anyone else is around here actually, so maybe mines? No. Okay. Oh, that's not bad. Alright, so jumping in, you can see in the top right we're getting very high FPS. That's because we are so far away from the things that the draw distance is, you know. As we get closer, things are going to start dropping, I reckon. Or not. Well, yeah, they did a job. Still good though. Still good. Here, not a main city or anything, but you know, that's still a pretty good level performance. Remember, I'm running an i3 dual-core 4-thread CPU. That's the 6100, latest 6th Gen 1, which I can strongly recommend. Like, people think that i3s are underpowered for gaming. I've been having such a good gaming experience with mine. Yeah, so let's have a run around, try and get a gun in here. I'll just sit up in my seat, get a bit focused. I do not want to die again, not now. But yeah, take a good look at the performance metrics in the top left. Yep, that's good. So you can see around 70 FPS. We're not in the city. In the cities, I could probably say would average around 50. Depends on exactly when and where you are. Oh, that's good. A very interesting thing to look at is the video RAM usage. So right now it's sitting about 13 to 1400 megabytes. The max I've seen this hit would be 14 or 1500 megs. So those of you with 2 gig cards should have no issues whatsoever. But keep in mind this is at high settings, so I'll give you just a quick look at my settings. So it says custom here, but really it's high. What happened was it was high, then I changed my vertical field of view, so it changed that to custom for some reason, but it is high. This is also high. I like to keep ambient occlusion on. You can even tell in the background just how it looks so much better when you turn it on. And it really only impacts 5 FPS. It seems like in this one spot. Keep in mind that's not a very accurate depiction of, you know, saying when you're outside. But yeah, for an i3 and a 960, this game offers solid performance. Yes, beauty. Really needed that. You can also see that the RAM usage is quite high. Much higher than normal games. When I say normal, I just mean most. I'm used to about anywhere between 4 or 5 gigs of RAM usage. But this one's, you know, it has hit 7 before. So I can't recommend this game to you if you have a PC build that you only have 4 gigabytes of VRAM. Sorry, system RAM. It just won't get the job done. I'm not sure what happens when you have a lot less RAM than is needed, but I can't recommend it. But for my build, so yeah, 6100 CPU, 960 with a Z170 motherboard from GIGABYTE. 8 gigs of DDR4 RAM, can definitely recommend this game. In terms of performance. I can also recommend it in gameplay, but that's not really my jurisdiction. Let's go up here. I'm hoping that I can run into someone soon so I can just see, so you could maybe experience what the frames are like in battle. But from experience, it really doesn't dip too much. This game is very good in terms of its frame pacing. That's one of the biggest thing for me in video games, in terms of enjoyability, is the frame pacing. Oh, how did I not see that before? Alright, I'm stupid. And what this means is, even if it says you're getting 60 FPS, it might still feel like you're getting 20 FPS because of how the frames are paced. So, just for an example, 100 FPS, that means that each frame is 10 milliseconds apart. I think I did a brief explanation of this in my past video, episode 1, The Witcher 3. But yeah, so you're getting 100 frames, that means each frame, on average, I'm getting shot at, will be 10 milliseconds apart. But say that it takes one frame 20 milliseconds to render, which is, twice as slow. That's effectively 50 FPS. Then the next frame takes 5 milliseconds to render, so that's 200 FPS. And you keep going back and forth. So one frame takes 20, the next takes 5, the next takes 20, the next takes 5, the next takes 20. So you're going between 50 and 200 FPS. But what it's going to register as is 100 FPS. Because when you're averaging out the frame times, so you're averaging between, that's not right, is it? Oh, I can't be able to make another video, sorry. Died way too many times. But, what's happening, sorry, I probably should have used 15 milliseconds as an example. But the point is, if you're not at a steady frame time, you're gonna get stutters, and stuttering is, I don't care what FPS you're at, stutters suck, like, it's just unenjoyable. And I can say that for most of the time, this game doesn't have them on my builds. Keep in mind that the 8 gigs of DDR4 RAM clocked at 3000 MHz does provide a performance boost to the i3 6100. Digital Foundry has a video on this actually, it's pretty good, give it a watch. If you're doing i3, it's good to pair with fast RAM. So yeah, it's quite smooth. You do get the occasional stutter, but you can see that even driving through here, we're seeing performance levels above 60 frames. This is at 1080p as well, so this is not bad at all. I'll try and clock the performance metrics. It's now 144, which I'll try and put the average frame rates in the bottom description, and hopefully we run into a city soon, because I'd like to show you the frames in a place with a lot of buildings, But yeah, it doesn't look bad, it runs alright. When you're in the box of Destiny, I'd forget the performance there, because you're in a room or a box with up to 150 other people, and this will cripple your performance. So can I recommend this? Yep, 100%. For my build or something close to it, yep. It's very smooth. Even when it dips down to 45 FPS, it's still a smooth 45 FPS, which is what I love. Because the frames are paced evenly. So yeah, this is a pretty, sorry I didn't get to kill anyone or anything like that, but, it's too risky, eh? I'm gonna give you a drive around. Let's give H9. So if we head north, which is where we just freaking came from, there would be a city. Too bad. But I can say that even in the cities, you'll be getting good frame time still. Occasional stutters, but it will be less frames. Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ. Wait. Oh shit. There we go, that could be a pretty good indication of explosions and stuff. I did not mean to do that, but, shit happens, eh? Oh, that's cool. So yeah, can recommend this game. Pentium's not sure. 950s, you know what? I think I could recommend it to a 950 because they have 2 gigs of VRAM. This doesn't exceed that. And 950 I don't think is clocked or too much worse than a 960 in terms of performance per dollar. So I think you pay for what you get, really. But yeah, i3, this game's great. And my entire system. So hopefully this helped you out. If you liked what you saw, well then just pop a like down, subscribe, you know. Trying to get the channel to grow a bit. Just I like the Total Biscuit series on performance, and I'd like to start making this series, like, you know, pretty long series. Hopefully get a few regular viewers to check them out. People who have similar builds, you know. All right, hope this helped you out. Runs pretty well. If you decide to pick it up, enjoy it. Alright, this is the man himself, clocking out.